All right, and good evening, everybody. I'm Will Nutley here in the Severe View Weather Center, where tonight we do have several different warnings to tell you about right now as we're looking at some developing weather across our area. We appreciate you streaming along with us tonight as we will be bringing you some of the latest on a couple of different warnings that we have in our area right now. We'll take you a quick look outside. That's a look at our Bass Springs camera, as we do have some an electric night throughout the area. Okay, we do have several different warnings to get to. I want to start though with the pressing tornado warning, and this is going to be for parts of Perry County and for Lewis County. So this is a tornado warning in effect for northwestern Lewis County and Middle Tennessee and Perry County until 1 a.m. So we have about a full 30 minutes or so left on this particular tornado warning, and we are still kind of loading a few different views to be able to show you what's happening here along the areas. So give me just a second while we add a couple of different things in here right now. But here is the view that I want you to see, and this is our radar view right now over Linden and Lewis County. It's moving to Perry and Lewis County. All right, so folks, what I want you to do, if you are in anywhere in the Linden area, Perryville, you are under a tornado warning. You can see it here in the center of your screen, this moving towards Lewis County. Let's go ahead and start to give this some motion here as we go through the latest that the National Weather Service office is telling us. This is a tornado warning for northwestern Lewis County and Middle Tennessee and Perry County, as well as southwestern Hickman County and Middle Tennessee until 1 a.m. At 12:19, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Decaturville, about 13 miles west of Linden at 30 miles per hour. And so you can see some of the movement there on your screen. And so this is over Decaturville right now, about 13 miles west of Linden. You can see that tornado warning box start to populate there, and that's where we are. As a matter of fact, I think we do have our Decaturville camera that we might be able to pull up for you here and show you some of this. This is going to be actually, I think this one's going to be from our Centerville camera. So we can take a look at that first. And I believe we're seeing some lightning strikes there. I'm trying to see why that's not pulling up on my screen, folks. Give me just a second. But yeah, we do have several different cameras that we're trying to pull up for you right now. So let's just go ahead and bring this one back up. Let's keep radar up until I can get that up until the preview screen. So that's what we see right now with the movement of this storm. And you can see that there, that watch box extending parts of Perry, Lewis, and Hickman counties right now. Give me just a second, folks. We're trying to recalibrate a couple of things because we have several different cameras at our disposal, and I want to be able to bring those to you because some of these shots are very, very impressive. Just having a few technical issues right now. But that is the main track of this storm that we want to be able to show you right now. As a matter of fact, we're going to go through another way of bringing you some of these cameras, and that's going to be just right here on screen because we're able to do that, okay? So this is our camera here that's, of course, in downtown Linden. You can see some of the heavy downpours at this point, but we also have an additional camera here in Decaturville, and I want to see if we can bring that one online with our Bass Springs camera, if at all possible. I'm not sure if that one's surfacing right here. It is not. Okay. Well, we do have several different views, and we'll work on bringing those to you. But right now, what we want to do is bring you the vital information of this tornado warning that is in effect right now for Perry County. And this will be in effect at 1 o'clock this morning. We also have different severe thunderstorm warnings to discuss, and let's talk about those as well because those are also taking place on the screen. There's a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for southwestern Davidson, Dixon, Williamson, Cheatham, and Hickman County until 1:15. So we have parts of Hickman County that are under a severe thunderstorm warning, and we have a portion of Hickman County that is under a tornado warning. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and pause the loop for just a second, and I want to show you this a little bit more in motion here. Let's expand that if we can. All right, so here's what we're being able to see with a little bit more of the, excuse me here, add some different views. So this is what we're looking at here for this particular warning. So you can see that we have two different tornado warning kind of areas in this. Part of this being on the Decatur County side. And let's make sure that we're also talking about that, because we do have a tornado warning in effect until 12:45 for central Decatur County. At 12:22, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Decaturville, 9 miles west of Linden, moving at about 45 miles per hour. And as we start to expand our view, you can see that all of these are included with some severe thunderstorm warnings as well. And as we back out a little bit farther, this is the main area of concern tornado warning wise in our community. Let's start to bring these in the area. So if you are in downtown Linden, you need to be in space. If you're in central Perry County, you need to be in your sheltered space at this time. If you're in Pleasantville, Hohenwald, I need all of these areas to go ahead and please be in your shelter at this time, as we have this tornado warning active right now for our community. And we're working on bringing you some additional cameras here shortly. I can tell you just coming in a few minutes ago that there is just extremely vibrant lightning with all of this. And it is quite a show outside if you're able to peek out the window, but make sure you do so safely. And we're going to bring you some more shots and some more views of all of this a little bit later, but I can tell you that it's just an incredible view out there. So we are certainly working to fight some technology right now, because as this moves through, sometimes it does affect some of our camera views in the area. But you see on the middle of your screen right now, the main area of concern right now, that is a tornado warning. And this stretches all the way from Flatwoods up to Beardstown is where that polygon has been drawn at this point, stretching over towards portions of Hohenwald all the way over to Gordonsburg. This will be expiring in about 5 minutes for areas in Decaturville. On Decatur County across the river, you will have some of this start to dissipate through there. But right now, we still have a majority of this. This is going to be in effect for us until it's about 1 o'clock this morning. We have some additional views, folks, that we are working very hard to bring you right now. But they are just not wanting to cooperate with me. Here is another live view outside of Savannah. This is Hardin County, and this is capturing a little bit of that, lightning show that's happening throughout the area. So we're able to see that just a little bit. And this is one of several cameras that we have here in the area. We can go ahead and take you to downtown Linden as well, because this is going to be one of those warned areas. So this is downtown Linden that is inside of that particular warning at this time. So we're going to be watching that as well. As a matter of fact, I think what we're going to try to do is maybe bring in one of these cameras and see if we can't kind of merge these two right here. So hang with me, folks, because what we're going to do is try to bring in one of these cameras for you here. Yeah, we're able to do that, because I want to be able to show you a little bit back on the screen what's happening, and then also make sure that we have radar in there for you. So you're looking at that live look of downtown Linden. Now we'll be able to put both on the screen there. So if you're just joining us right now, a tornado warning that is in effect for Perry County until 1 a.m. and parts of Lewis County until 1 a.m. and parts of Hickman County until 1 a.m. And we're getting a lot of information into our newsroom right now, so kind of bear with me while we continue some of our coverage here and kind of get everybody ramped up and included in the in the coverage right now. All right, so if you are in Lewis County, if you're in Hohenwald, you need to be in your shelter. Central Perry County, from Beardstown to Flatwoods, we need you to be in your shelter right now. If you have any storm reports, if you hear or see anything, you are able to just send us something there in our chat, and we will do our best to relay that to you. So we have a lot of different areas included in this. 3 counties, actually 4 counties included in this right now. And we need everybody that is in these areas to be in their safe place right now. All right, so we have heavy downpours in Linden. We have some reports of power outages coming in as well. So we want to make sure that those folks are aware that one of the big hazards of this too is frequent lightning. I'm sorry, folks, I'm multitasking. I have about 6 different things coming into me right now. If I sound scattered, I apologize. But yeah, we do. Just a few minutes ago coming in, the lightning was very, very impressive. It wasn't even the wind that was the strongest part of this. It was the lightning. So let's bring you in here a little bit closer and show you some of the areas inside this storm that are of concern right now. Do you see these kind of purple highlights here? That could be indicating, and we're talking about the Pope community as well, possibly getting in on some of that hail right there. And the directional arrows are some of the possible rotation as the storm that they're concerned about. And this is going to take it very close to downtown Linden. All right, so we have this camera up monitoring downtown Linden right now, and where we are concerned about is going to be in this downtown Linden area, as well as moving shortly into portions of Lewis County and then eventually Hickman County as well. So we have several different areas that we are focused on right now with this storm. But basically, we want you to be prepared to head to your safe place at this time. You need you to be in your safe place at this time, as a matter of fact. All right, now this is going to be, and I'm trying to see which camera this is. I believe this is, all right, so this is our Bass Springs camera. Let's bring this one on here for you full, because this is part of the area that is in the actual tornado warning. And so this is from our WMAK, our Sunny 106.5 radio tower there in Bass Springs. And every now and then you'll see these flashes come up. And so that's going to be part of what is tracking through the Bass Springs area right now in real time as it starts to move towards the river and eventually here into Perry County. So you're kind of seeing some of the residuals of that there on that particular camera. Elsewhere, we have this view of downtown Linden that is showing you the warned area right now. If you're in places like Chestnut Grove, all down Highway 412, Bethel, I know that Emma's watching tonight. Emma, you and the family need to go ahead and be in the safe place as you're there in the Beardstown community and beyond. I'm sorry, not Beardstown, excuse me, over near Coon Creek. And moving out towards Pleasantville, you all need to be in a shelter at this time. Now, this is a radar-indicated tornado. This is radar-indicated rotation. There has not been any ground confirmation of what's happening right now. But Damon's saying it's rough here between Linden and Lobelville. Absolutely. And something that has shown us to be one of the most impressive kind of aspects and features of this storm tonight has been the very frequent lightning. And so you see 641 there. You see somebody kind of driving down the highway. This is going to be Bass Springs in Decatur County, and that's what you're seeing right there on that particular view. Rain just absolutely on our downtown Linden camera, and I've actually, looks like the wind is picking up. I'm going to take that full so that way you can kind of see just how much rain and lightning, and now we're even, I think we're starting to see a few wind gusts. If you'll look there towards the front of the courthouse every now and then, you can see the flags move as the wind picks up with this storm. And right now, of course, this is going to be the area where these conditions are starting to center around parts of Perry County, downtown Linden at this point with this particular tornado warning that we still have a few minutes left on here, at least 20 more minutes left on this particular storm. And let me get some of the latest information here that we have from the National Weather Service as we talk about what's. So we're looking at about, so we're looking at some increased storm activity really kind of centered here around downtown Linden. So we're going to keep eyes on this camera because this is what is happening right now, let's say from the Pope community through downtown Linden is what they are most concerned about in terms of strength and possible rotation. So this is the area that we're looking at here from Pope through Linden, and it's this area that we have pulled up on radar and that we also have pulled up on this camera. So there is a hail core, a little bit more, not only in our area, but one towards this area here. And I don't want to forget our friends in Centerville, Hickman County. You're streaming along with us, as well as up towards Dixon. And we also have these areas of concern. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for parts of northern Hickman County moving into Dixon. And look at this very impressive hail core here. And we'll be looking to see if we have any reports of any of that starting to make ground. But let's kind of back things out just regionally really quick for those of you who are streaming, I know, not only here in Perry County, but in surrounding areas as well, that you're wanting to know what's over us. So we do have a little bit of a severe thunderstorm warning that's going to be here in the Henderson County area, and that's also included in the tornado watch, and we'll get to that severe thunderstorm warning here in just a moment. But I want to continue to draw attention here to our two active tornado warnings. The one in Decatur County, in Decaturville, will start to relax here in about 4 minutes is when that one's going to be allowed to expire in Decatur County here in about 4 minutes. And then, of course, we do have this particular larger area under the tornado warning for Perry County in effect until about 1 o'clock. And we can hear the wind kind of picking up around out where we are here in the Pineview community. Had some lots and lots and lots of very frequent lightning. Gay Treadwell saying it is loud in Linden. That is right. I bet it is. And hopefully the sirens are sounding if they have not already. So please make sure that you are in your safe shelter here this evening. Bear with me, folks, as we continue to add a few cameras and a few features here. Let's go ahead and take this full screen and just continue to give you this live look of how things are developing. I need everybody, of course, to continue to be in their safe shelter. This is the look outside of downtown Linden. Let's bring you once more to a lot of frequent lightning that is happening on the Decatur County side of the storm. So this is going to be looking to the northeast. Straight up 641. This camera is on our radio tower in Decatur County, and it's looking back towards Decaturville and the river. So what you're seeing with this view here is going to be the backside of the storm in the area that is going to be allowed to expire here shortly. However, there's still plenty of volatility in that area, as we've been showing you here earlier. And of course, this is our live look of downtown Linden. We do have some additional views that we're working on bringing you here as well. But that is kind of the area of focus right now. We'll continue to have that on the screen, though, as we bring back radar, because I want to make sure that you're seeing a lot of this storm and kind of giving you the wide view of what you're seeing and what you're hearing. As we start to back out and we look at what's behind us, once we get through this, we have a little bit more of this edge that's kind of coming through in the Mississippi River area, and we're going to switch radars eventually, and we'll show you that. This is the wide view, though, folks. This takes you all the way from state line to state line. We do have in Savannah and Hardin County, it's more towards, it's just north of Savannah. So downtown Savannah, you are not included in this, but we do have, I believe, a camera in that area that we're able to bring you shortly, and I'm trying to figure out which camera that is, if that's one that's available to us or not. But they do have some, let me see if I can pull that up for you, friends. I believe this is the Hardin County Emergency Saltillo camera. Yeah, that's right. So this is courtesy of the Hardin County Emergency Management Agency, and that's another view that you see there on your screen. And I know that's a little small for some of you that are watching there on your mobile devices. I believe we're up as well right now inside the Access Tennessee app. If you want to watch the Severe View icon on your free Access Tennessee Roku app, you can watch this if you don't want to hold your phone. But hopefully you are right now in your safe shelter and you are out of harm's way, that you're in the lowest level of your home. And this is now, as we figured just a few moments ago, this is going to be the isolated, the one remaining tornado warning. And let's check in here with the National Weather Service and see if they have picked up on any additional rotation or movement with this. And right now it is not. But there is, let's see if we can pull up the velocity from the reflectivity and see if we can see where they may be concerned about. Yeah, so anywhere you see, you know, the reds and the greens starting to meet, those are some of the areas that they indicate that there could be some rotation possible with these storms. And so and I'm going to leave that up for the meteorologist to interpret exactly what that is. But on the latest scan here just coming in, you can see that some of that hail, as it is continuing to move east, is dissipating just a little bit. But everybody along Highway 412 from Linden through Hohenwald need to make sure that you're still in your shelter, as this is still an active tornado warning for about an additional 15 minutes. And let's put this in motion, because I know that you may be curious about how this is tracking. Let's go back to the history of this storm just a little bit. And I'm going to move this forward so you can kind of see how this is tracking here and where it has ended up at this point. We'll go ahead and let that loop. And that's how this is kind of shaping up for us right now as we have this storm in motion. In the bottom right of your screen, that is a live camera of downtown Linden that is included in this warned area. And Sheila's letting her know that she's in her basement, and that is a good idea. Kayla's asking about how Coon Creek is looking. It's looking rough. Make sure that you're in your safe area, the lowest room, the lowest floor of your home, and the most substantial shelter that you're able to be in at this point as this continues to track through the area. Again, this is a tornado warning in effect until 1 a.m. for Perry, Lewis, and Hickman counties. Some of the areas that are going to be on the leading edge of this tornado warning that will soon be impacted by the increased storm activity and possible rotation are going to be Hohenwald, Kimmins, Hornertown, and Buffalo. So make sure if you're in these areas, and we have them pulled up for you, including Pleasantville and Upper Sinking, that you are in your safe shelter at this time. If you have any reports that you want to pass along, hopefully folks are not out and about like I was just a moment ago. I was a little under the weather. Sorry, it took me a second to get on tonight, folks, because I'm battling some allergies, and I think we all understand how that can take you down, and I've been trying to battle that as well tonight. All right, so we have about 14 minutes left on this tornado warning in Perry County. Again, we have no ground confirmation of any damage at this point, but what they saw was enough rotation, enough velocity in the air to go ahead and make sure that they wanted to issue this warning tonight. Emma saying, how much longer? I understand. So for this tornado warning, we have less than 15 minutes left in this. And Emma, you're going to be where you are located, and folks that are here in the Coon Creek area, Chestnut Grove, let's take you in here really close and kind of show you what's happening. So we're still getting some hail signatures, so you're going to hear the heavy rain gust outside. But what we do not have at this point is any ground confirmation of damage, which is good news. And this is just a radar indicated rotation possible with this storm tonight. And so that's what prompted this particular tornado warning. We don't have an indication yet if this is going to be extended, but this will not be extended for downtown Linden, because most of this is going to be moving out of the area shortly, as you can see it there on your screen. Give me just a second here as we are going to reboot some kind of additional graphics and things for us here. And I'm also, folks, going to work on getting you an additional view if we can. And we're going to see if we can't bring that back up, because I think we have an additional view of Linden that I would like to be able to show if we can. And we're about to pull that up here. Give me just 1 second, friends. I think this is going to be it right here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so this is going to be our additional. This is what I was looking for a few minutes ago. I appreciate your patience here, friends. So this is the additional downtown Linden, kind of Perry County camera, high atop the Commodore Hotel property there. So you're looking down Main Street right now with that particular view. Not sure what's causing that sound on my microphone there. So we can see this additional lightning in the distance. Oh, I know what that is. That's the, I was like, what is that noise? That is going to be some of the noise from the camera itself. How about that? As the wind gust is picking up there. Okay, so we can see that the polygon has kind of trimmed a little bit in size. They've started to kind of move this and evolve this as the threat continues, but we still have this active for about 9 more minutes. Let's check in here with the very latest from the National Weather Service, and they're not giving me any additional information about possibly expanding this or continuing this tour past this tornado warning, past where it is right now. But I want to give an early heads up to folks in the Centerville area, in Shady Grove, Hampshire, Gordonsburg. Even if this particular tornado warning is allowed to expire, please be aware that all of these, significant conditions still exist. And it looks like now we have an additional tornado warning in the state. This is going to be in the Dyersburg area in Trenton in West Tennessee. So we will visit that in just a few moments. Here's the regional view of what we're looking at right now. A tornado warning in effect for parts of central and southern Perry County, parts of extreme southern Hickman County, and parts of northern Lewis County for about 8 more minutes at this point. Roxanne saying, I am in my back hallway with pillows. That is the place to be. You're doing the right thing. Northwest Chris says it's pouring rain right now in northwest Lewis County. Absolutely. And after this passes, are we clear? Yes and no. And let me tell you why. Because we still have development here along the Mississippi that will have to be going somewhere at some point. And so while this is loading, because I just switched radar sites. So we're going to have a new fresh kind of pull of radar here in just a second. Actually, that was not the radar site that I wanted. I wanted this one. Okay, here we go. So you can see that there are storms still developing out here in Arkansas. And they're still tracking in this way. Let's get a little bit of movement to them, a little bit of motion, and you can see where those are tracking right now. Most of those storms look like that they are kind of moving due east, maybe a slight northeast movement. But that's what the concern is, how long it's going to take for those storms to reach, and is there going to be enough energy for them to continue to be a nuisance here tonight. Our polygon, our area of concern for this tornado warning is slowly condensing as we have about 8 minutes or so left on this particular warning. Looks like here in Pleasantville, this is going to be just near Highway 100 and 412. A little bit of signature of hail possibly with this latest scan coming in as well. Let's back this out just a little bit. We have another severe thunderstorm warning that we want to touch on briefly because this is affecting parts of our listening and viewing area as well. And this is this severe thunderstorm warning until 1:15 for southwestern Davidson, southern Dixon, Williamson, Cheatham, and northeastern Hickman County. And this does include places like Fairview and Bon Aqua. You need to make sure that you're aware of this because especially when we bring you in here just over the Fairview area, Highway 96 area, just south of I-40, getting 2 different significant hail signatures out of that. And so we want to make sure that that is on your mind as well. All right, we are staying with this storm. We're staying local here for you folks. We know a lot of you are watching tonight. And so these are some of the areas that we are focused in on. And this is going to be here in the Hohenwald area, over to Linden, over to Kimmins. This is going to be all along Highway 100 and Highway 412. The camera image that you see on your split screen there tonight is going to be for downtown Linden as well. Let's give you another view just real quick, and you can still see in the distance here plenty of lightning popping. This is looking directly west from downtown Linden, and so a lot of that, we have just seen this camera light up all night with lightning. You can see a little bit of it there, and just as we're talking about it right now. Yeah, so we do have 2 different tornado warnings in the state. We're getting a lot of questions about this developing out to the west as well, and we'll track that here for you shortly. This is going to be a radar indicated tornado warning as well, and it has 19 minutes left on that particular tornado warning. When we have a system like this, these are not long track systems. So as these tornado warnings are issued, these storms, they pop up, they get a significant amount of power behind them. And then the rotation can drop down and then and go away very quickly. So some of these storms may not be there for too long, and that's why, because they, I think we have lost power to our Centerville camera. I hate that. Our tornado warning here is likely now going to evolve into a severe thunderstorm warning. So you're going to see a new box appear here shortly in this area, and that's good news. That at least shows us that they're no longer thinking that there's going to be rotation involved in this. So even though we do have some considerable storm activity right now, we don't have rotation for this. So even as our system is kind of catching up with this, I want to let you know that we do have a severe thunderstorm warning for portions of Lewis, western Murray, southeastern Perry, and southern Hickman County until 1:45. And this is all part of this same storm that we're watching right here. So you'll see that pop up here shortly. As a matter of fact, that may be this new box that's here. So this is going to be the one that expires in 3 minutes. So we were talking just a moment ago, wanting to know if this tornado warning is going to be allowed to expire. And sure enough, it is. And that's some good news there. But this is the area that we are still going to be watching for the next few minutes. And if rotation starts to pick up a little bit more, we could have another issuance later here tonight. Had some folks asking just about Cedar Creek, so let's kind of bring you into some of these areas as we go towards Bethel, portions of extreme southern Perry County. We still have plenty of shower and storm activity, and you are still in this tornado warned area. And we want folks in Hohenwald to be in their safe place, at least while this passes overhead. So let's kind of put this in motion. We're going to add our latest frames and our latest kind of scans in here. And this pushes things right up on downtown Hohenwald, starting to move into that area, okay? So we're coming in on Highway 412. You can see that just north of Highway 412 and 48, you start to get a little bit of that hail signature possible, and that could be some trouble. That you can see how these hail signatures, they develop, they dissipate, and then another one kind of starts to come up through there. So I know that's a lot. We're zoomed in very close, so I'll go ahead and stop that motion here for a second as we wait for some more scans to load in here. There it is. So this is the newest polygon that has just been issued, and this is now going to include places like Little Lot, Shady Grove, Hampshire, and Mount Pleasant are all going to be included in this new severe thunderstorm warning that has just been issued there by the National Weather Service. Let me see if I can't bring, let's bring radar full for just a second, just so that way we can kind of get the scope of everything that's just been issued here. And this does take it out of downtown Linden with this latest severe thunderstorm warning, but it does include all of Highway 412 on through Hampshire, well into Murray County, as well as a lot of Highway 100 up through Centerville. But it just touches on downtown Centerville, not quite all of Centerville included in this, but you can see there, just to get very specific. But even if you're not directly in this polygon, you can see that these storms, this storm activity is all around you. So you want to make sure that you're aware of these changing conditions. And I know that some of the thunder is jolting some of you awake right now, and you're wanting to peek outside and say, what in the world is going on? And this is it. We have a couple of overlapping warnings right now for southwest Middle Tennessee, just north of Waynesboro. We're going to actually be watching this here in Saltillo as well. This will be interesting to see because we have this additional camera here from Hardin County Emergency Management, and I'm sure that it is definitely picking up on some of this lightning, and wow, look at that. It absolutely is. And you can track along with us, by the way. We're the exclusive WeatherWise partner for the area. That along with our network of cameras and our partners here, we have these different views that we can bring you. So if you download the free WeatherWise app, you can scan along with us and get a lot of that. All right, now here's some good news. As we scroll back over, our tornado warning has been allowed to expire. And now we have this active severe thunderstorm warning that still encompasses portions of Lewis, Perry, and Hickman counties for just a little bit longer tonight. Let me check in here and see what our latest is from the National Weather Service. Bear with me. And this hail in Dixon still continues to get the eye of the National Weather Service. This little cell over Franklin that was a concern for just a second ago with some of the hail possible has dissipated a little bit, but all of this here just to the east of Dixon still has quite a bit of hail with that to see. Let's widen out the view here, and we have one remaining tornado warning right now for the state of Tennessee, and that's going to be here with this in the Trenton area. And let's just explore this for just a second. This tornado warning remains in effect until 1:15 for central Crockett, southeastern Dyer, and Gibson counties. And this one is radar indicated. It includes places like Humboldt, Trenton, Dyer, Laneview, Parker, Elizabeth, Curry, Mount Orange, Brazil, and Tigrit, all in that area for that particular tornado warning. But again, it has, let's see here, 13 minutes left on that storm. It's going to be hit or miss here for a while, friends, until this full system has a chance to pass through. And so where is that full system? Well, you can see that there's still it is still back here in the Jonesboro area, and this is well over the state line. So let me bring things back here just a little bit to our Nashville radar site. Let that kind of refresh. And it shows you here what the rest of the state is facing right now. We have two now severe thunderstorm warnings, not too far apart from each other. But I know a lot of you here are in southwest Middle Tennessee, so let's touch on this severe thunderstorm warning. 42 minutes left on this one. And then with this one that is here in the northern Hickman County area into Dixon County is going to have 12 minutes left on this one. So this is a severe thunderstorm warning that has had the potential of producing hail as well. So that's one of the areas that we're working. Allison wanting to know if you have to. No, we don't have to go to any. If you weren't already in a shelter in Linden, you're okay for now. We're going to stay with things. So we have this tornado watch. And I want to bring that up too here, folks, while we're talking, is that we have this tornado watch in effect until 5 o'clock this morning. So we still have a few more hours to go as we have these lines and lines of development, because even though we're kind of through this, and we've had this kind of move through our area, look over here to the west, and you can see what West Tennessee is dealing with, and this has been enough to prompt a tornado warning there. As we go even farther west, we still have some activity, along the state line. But hopefully, as these storms move through, each one of them kind of robs the atmosphere of a little bit of that juice that they need to continue to fire up. So hopefully, we'll stay with this for about another hour or two, and then it will be allowed to move on through, and all of us will walk around very tired tomorrow and sleepy after dealing with a lot of these storms here. I regret that I'm not able to bring you our view. If you bring this in right here where this cell is, that's our WNKX tower camera, but unfortunately I believe it had a power outage, which happens in storms, and it took it offline, so I can't bring you that view of the lightning, but it is definitely there. Let's bring back in our downtown Linden camera so at least you can see that view of what's happening there. And I know I've gotten some questions tonight about, let me see if we can add in a different camera for you and give you an additional view. We can't bring you that one. Let's see, what do we have here? I'm not able to bring you that Decaturville camera. I think we have one more Linden camera I would like to. And I've been calling it the Linden cam. Here we go. All right. Thank you. So that's going to be our downtown Linden camera that's looking back towards the west where storm activity continues as we move our radar around. And what I'm going to do, folks, is try to give you a centered view of radar. Ooh, did you see that? My goodness. That is quite a lightning bolt. And look at how frequent this lightning is. Let's bring that full screen for just a second, especially since we're out of this tornado warning. Let's just look at that for just a second. That is just very powerful, very frequent lightning that's happening there on your screen. Getting some questions about Lexington. They said the sirens were going off. Right now in Lexington, you're all clear. However, if you're here in the Lexington, Henderson County area, you do have a little bit of storm activity off to your west. And we're going to be watching to see how that tracks. Let's put this in motion and show you a little bit of where this is moving right now. And it's kind of maintaining at least these storms that are here. Oh, I think with our last frame, we may have a new warning issued. And it looks like that is happening. So that may be why you're hearing those sirens. And sure enough, it is. Let's talk about this. The National Weather Service in Memphis has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Crockett County, northern Henderson County, Gibson, Carroll, northeastern Haywood County in West Tennessee, and northern Madison County. Okay, so let's go over this again. Crockett, Henderson, Gibson, Carroll, Haywood, and Madison counties until 1:45. This includes Jackson and Humboldt and Milan, places like that. Let's bring that radar on the screen so you can see what I'm talking about there. This is the brand new orange box that has been drawn here for this storm that actually had the tornado warning attached to it just about 5 minutes ago. And this storm is now kind of tracking slightly to the southeast with this movement right now. And this is what's going to be moving into the Medina, Madison County, Lexington, Henderson County areas as well. Along I-40, hate to see that, this severe weather as it is moving through the very busy I-40 corridor. Even at this hour, plenty of folks out there on I-40, so we want to make sure that everybody's safe on the roads tonight. We're going to have this one losing some steam as this severe thunderstorm warning will expire in about 7 minutes. And this is going to be the one for northern Hickman County in the Fairview, Dixon, and Pegram areas. We still have our continued severe thunderstorm warning that is a result of the earlier tornado warning here in Centerville. Hohenwald is in the middle of this right now. We have a lot of rapid strengthening with these storms, and that's what the concern was. I know that if you've been following the forecast, you've seen how we've moved from a level 1, then up to a level 2, and then up to a level 3 tonight, which is what we're holding at right now. And that's why, is because these storms have had the chance to just really strengthen throughout the night. And so that's been a concern for the forecasters. And sure enough, it looks like a lot of this is materializing. We do not have any. Damon says things have calmed down over in Lobelville near Quality. I'm good. I'm glad to hear that. And hopefully we can have a moment of peace. Even though we have a moment of peace for some of the areas, especially here in Perry and Decatur counties, let's kind of look at how things are looking right now. You can see for most of northern Perry County, it's nice and calm right now, as well as northern Decatur County. So enjoy the peace, a cat nap while you have it, because we unfortunately do still have some storm activity behind it that we're going to continue to monitor until the threat is out of our area. Gracie, want to know if you can go to bed yet? Well, Gracie, it depends. It looks like you're here in Perry County. It's a tough question, just because of what we still have off to our west. I can't rule out the fact that what's tracking, I mean, look how close this most recent severe thunderstorm warning is to us. So there's a very good chance that if what's happening over here in Humboldt and Trenton stays together, that's going to trek right on here into central areas of Parsons and Linden and still be a problem. So I think that if you're going to try to get some shut-eye, have a NOAA weather radio. If you don't have one of those, make sure that your phone is not on silent, that it can receive those automatic weather alerts that come in from the National Weather Service. That's a great way to wake you up. And of course, we'll be here with you throughout. I know it's hard to stream though, if you're trying to have your phone in your safe place as well. This is how things are shaping up though when we look at the different cameras in the area, and I'll kind of move my mouse around here. We'll take you back down ground level to our camera there in downtown Linden. Looks like we have somebody rolling through the square right there. They're brave. I think this is going to bring back our Decatur County. Yeah, and I think this one's been moved. Yeah, so this is our Bath Springs camera in Decatur County. And look at this for just a moment. This is a live video feed, folks. And this is just some pretty powerful lightning rolling through this area. Very frequent. And that's kind of what has caught my attention throughout the night, is just how frequent this lightning is. Felicia Mackett saying things have been loud. Absolutely. Wow, look at that. So you can see the kind of the edge of our tower there, and just how often this lightning is just, wow, that is incredible. As a matter of fact, I think I may add that view right there to our wow. Give me just a second, friends. I'm going to try to add some of these cameras as it lets me. Okay, there we go. That's what I wanted to do. All right, so I want to add radar back in, and we're going to keep that kind of awesome view of what you're seeing there with Bath Springs and those frequent... No, have we lost it? Oh, no. I hope not. I hope we haven't lost that particular... Yeah, we had a connection error. That's what it's telling me. Oh, no. We've had some very frequent lightning there, and I think that what it did was it interfered with that particular camera. So let's bring you back down to downtown Linden. All right. And I want to do some radar work here for you, because I want to show you where things stand right now as you stream along with me at 1:11 in the morning, in the middle of the work week when we all had rather be sleeping. I understand. We still have 2 active severe thunderstorm warnings in our immediate area from where our studios are located. And we have 32 minutes left on this severe thunderstorm warning. So these things aren't exactly rocking and rolling through here. But if you're in Lewis County and you're dealing with some of this in the Hohenwald area, let me know what you're seeing and experiencing through there. The lightning, and as Felicia's saying, the lightning and thunder is crazy. You feel the house shake, absolutely. And it's been a minute since I have been out in one of these storms, since normally I'm here in the studio, and I was kind of coming in for all this tonight, and just the lightning and the distance, because it's been a nice warm day. We've had some sunshine earlier today, and that's what all this needs, to have that fuel in the atmosphere. So that has been something to see. All right, as we go to northern Hickman County at this point, just north of Bon Aqua in the Fairview area, looks like this one's going to be expiring soon. So we will see this particular watch box, or this warning box, I should say, disappear unless it is going to be reissued. And right now, I don't see that. If you have friends and family a little bit to the east, it looks like the indication that we're getting from the National Weather Service is we may be getting this tornado watch expanded just a little bit, which is not surprising. So this is going to be expanded through the area. So places like Murfreesboro, Smyrna may soon be included in a tornado watch or some type of watch. Gallatin and Dixon getting some minor flooding on the roadways, and that's certainly going to be really with any of these areas that are under these warnings, because the flooding is just incredible here tonight. Or the flooding rains, these downpours, excuse me, have been very impressive here tonight. So we're also watching this area here just south of the main warned area. And I've had some questions tonight about Clifton, Summertown. So let's talk about this, because the National Weather Service is telling us right now that they are watching this area. It's not going to be a warning right now, but it is something that they are watching. And this is going to be a strong thunderstorm just 9 miles north of Waynesboro. It's what we're looking at right now on your screen. And we have this one moving east, due east at 45 miles per hour. But wind gusts could be up to 40 miles per hour this. So this includes Lawrenceburg, Waynesboro, Summertown, Clifton, Etheridge, and Flatwoods. All part of this. It's kind of a special weather statement that they do when they are watching the intensity of the storm, but it has not hit severe thresholds yet. I know it's kind of technical, but that's what they're looking at here with this particular storm. And if you're just joining us, the live camera view that you see on your screen as well is from downtown Linden looking west. And so that camera, what you see of those lightning flashes and those in the distance, is going to be all this activity that's actually over maybe as far as West Tennessee. Or it's going to be, no, I'll tell you what it's picking up on. It's looking at that. It's looking at that area there in Scotts Hill. And I hate that we have lost, and what this tells me is I believe that we have lost power at now 2 of our tower sites. And that happens. Some of them have generators, some of them do not. This one in Bass Springs does not yet. So unfortunately, we have lost that camera right now in Decatur County, but we're still hanging out here in Linden. Let's show you the old courthouse view there that you can see as well. An incredible amount of lightning tonight throughout the area. I'm going to try to load. Since we're starting to see some progress here in the Savannah, Hardin County area, I think from earlier. How are they looking over there in Selmer and Savannah? No, they're in good shape. Okay. I don't want to load that one if it's not really going to tell us anything. But here is the remaining severe thunderstorm warning. 27 minutes left on this guy here. And so areas like Hohenwald, you still can't escape it. Especially, I'm also watching this. Look at this hail that's developed here. Just right outside of downtown. Bringing it on in. Takes you near the airport. That's where they're seeing a little bit of hail possible, radar indicated at this point. And if you have any confirmation of that, let me know. And we'll pass it along to everybody. If you say, hey, I live on, so-and-so road here in Hickman County or Lewis County, and I think that we've had a little hail, and especially if you can give me an indicator of what size you think that is. Melissa saying, yeah, we're getting that hail in Hohenwald. Melissa, can you tell me where in Hohenwald you are? That will help, but yeah. In town in Lewis County there in Hohenwald, Jennifer, absolutely. Yeah, so let's bring you in here, and thanks for reminding me that I had the courthouse on the screen, folks. Sorry. So yeah, this is the area that we're looking at here. Let's bring you in real close. And this is what we were talking about with the hail possible. This is right over the airport in downtown Hohenwald. And Rocky saying along 412. Okay. You're a minute from the high school or so. Okay. Yeah, so we don't have any rotation, so nothing that they're concerned about with tornado status with any of this, but the hail, very possible with this. So look at this right now. This is what we're watching all the way down Main Street, Highway 412, just beyond the airport there in Lewis County, is what the radar scans are showing with some possible hail in that area. All right, let me refresh here and get some information. In just a minute, we do expect more of a expansion on this, either a severe thunderstorm watch or a tornado watch, expanding a little bit farther east with some of these storms that have quickly developed and held their strength and held together. And this is what we're seeing take place. Let's take a little journey over here real quick. And I want to see if we can pull up Memphis radar and start to see what's still out there, because we will be interacting with whatever is developing. And you can see still, as we go all the way over to the Arkansas state line, we still have these storms that are trailing on in. And so we're going to have to be with these for just a while, folks. My name is Will Nunley. You're watching Severe View Weather here on your local radio stations, along with our partners at Tennessee River Valley News and Lewis County Herald and several other different digital partners in the area as we bring you live local weather coverage. We appreciate our friends at Quality Building Supply for helping to power our radar tonight. This live local weather radar brought to you by Quality Building Supply. April says, I saw a truck go by with flashy lights I've never seen before. That very well could have been a storm chaser. we have a lot of them out there. Linda saying the 412 storm is bad. Heavy lightning and thunder. That's right. Yeah, Debbie, that's correct. What you're seeing there on your screen with the purple is going to be hail. Let's bring you back in, because I know that this is going to be an area that a lot of you are watching out for right now, and that's going to be this Hohenwald storm. And with the latest scan, again, we still have several different possibilities of hail. This is all going to be real close to town. All right, so this is taking you on past the Walmart in Hohenwald. Let's bring you down here. Yeah, it's just above Highway 48, just between Flatwoods and kind of Flatwoods and up to 412, this area. Still indicating some hail possibilities there as well. Colby wants to know if the line coming towards Lexington has any rotation. Let's back that out and take a look for you. Right now, you know what? It's not indicated, but if you look at how concentrated that hail appears to be, and for this radar that is in Nashville to be seeing that is pretty impressive. We're going to keep an eye on that, Colby, because this is going to be interacting with us soon. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that severe thunderstorm warning. And that whole area to our west in Humboldt, just north of Jackson, 22 minutes remaining on that severe thunderstorm warning. And I have a feeling that just as that continues to move across, we're going to have some more warnings with that if it holds up the way it is. Because you see the hail signatures, all of you who are in here in the Lewis County Hohenwald area, you're saying, hey, we think that we're experiencing some hail. And if you're seeing it on these signatures right here, these purple areas, compare the size of that to what we see to our west over here, and you can see how that is a monster storm over there in the Medina area. So we'll have to watch that one. See if it loses any steam by the time it continues to come through here. Darbytown and Hohenwald, all of Hohenwald, yeah. Chris is asking if we are still under a tornado warning. Chris, you got to remind me where you are. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. But no, there are no tornado warnings right now, I don't believe, in the whole state. Let's back out and I can tell you that. No, we have no tornado warnings at all in the state of Tennessee. That's good news. But we do have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings, and you need to take those seriously. And here's why. Because these storms are gaining strength rapidly and holding it for a minute. And we've had some rotation reported here tonight already. So I keep clicking on that, hoping that my camera will come back to me. Come back alive, we need you. But sometimes when you stick things on towers in the middle of thunderstorms with lightning and wind, it doesn't always work out that way, okay, friends? We're going to give you a full screen view of what we're seeing there in Linden as well, as we work to establish some of our additional cameras, if I can get those back for us tonight. Nope, it's just not able to find them, folks. That's all right. Let's bring you back in here. On the radar side of things, I appreciate you streaming along with us tonight. I'm sorry that you're losing some sleep here. I'll try to talk to you as calmly as I can to keep nerves managed. I know a lot of you get sick of these storms, and we have to deal with them a lot, unfortunately, here in Tennessee, don't we? And we have a nighttime scenario happening now, and then we can have a nighttime scenario happening tomorrow as well. So just something we've got to watch. Looks like a severe thunderstorm warning is about to work its way in here to portions of Rutherford County. We'll be pulling up a lot of town names there for you, but that's what's happening there on the kind of the other edge of the storm. You can see how these storms are just kind of expanding out there. These lines continue to kind of grow and expand just a little bit as the night has moved on. And we really are going to continue to watch what's happening to our west until we know that that has moved on out of the way. Let's bring you back in here close. I'm going to move this radar up, folks, because we continue with every scan to still hold on to this little bit of hail that is just along Highway 412 in Blondie, just outside of downtown Hohenwald. And let's see if we can put a little bit of motion on this. And it's almost kind of heading due east, isn't it? Gordonsburg, about to get that hail pocket right now that we've watched kind of move through the area. Still in the Sweetwater area as we take you down Highway 48. We have hail indications there as well. Getting a few reports of power outages. Yeah, Travis, you're saying that you have some power outage there. Grover Drive. So that hail that you're reporting there near Grover Drive, give me if you can, tell me, is that pea size, dime size? Kind of what would you estimate that, and we can relay that to the National Weather Service. And Rocky, you said you're about 7 miles out of Hohenwald and 412 going towards Columbia. Okay, yeah. And that is, by the way, all of this is still included in the severe thunderstorm warning. We do share our camera network with Ryan Hall, and apparently Ryan Hall's streaming our cameras. Okay, that's interesting. All right, so here we go back hyper-local, though. We're not talking about the whole country. We're here in your backyard, friends, talking about all of this moving through Hohenwald here tonight and moving up to Gordonsburg with that hail signature there. Let's kind of get a review of how long we have left on this. 16 minutes. This was a long severe thunderstorm warning. This one was almost 45 minutes in length, in duration, I should say, because these storms aren't moving all that fast. When we have some of these springtime fronts, especially when it's a very well-defined line, which this is not, when we have a real clear line, these things can move on through here, but that's just not what's happening, unfortunately, and we hate this for these overnight hours. Continue to watch what's happening on Interstate 40 just north of Jackson in the Medina area. This is another severe thunderstorm warning that's going to have about 15 minutes left. And this is going to push into places like Huntington, Brewston, Camden, New Johnsonville, Benton County, Henderson County is going to be part of this. So we're going to watch what's developing. Now some more shower activity. It's a little storm here in the Perryville area, just coming over from Decaturville. And that's going to be crossing over the Tennessee River here shortly and moving back into portions of southern Perry County. Let's put that in motion just a little bit, folks, so you can see the movement of all of this. And you're seeing some of those warning boxes as they are issued, and then they move away over time. It has been very electric, April, that's right. We have a lot of lightning, just a tremendous amount of lightning in the area. And I have a feeling that it's been messing with our towers tonight. And I'm a little concerned about one of my towers over there in Bath Springs. I hope that it's all right, because it was giving us quite a lightning show. Trying to get to some of your questions, taking a look. Debbie, thinking, I appreciate you for joining us. We're happy to be here with you tonight. Again, my name is Will Nunley. We appreciate you joining us on your local radio stations here, or Tennessee River Valley News, or via the Lewis County Herald. However you're getting our coverage tonight, we're glad to have you with us. And we're glad that you're safe. And if you do have any storm reports, verified damage, if you have some trees down, if you have, because of course we still have some weak trees in the area because of all of this, friends. And so these tree limbs are going to come down, and that's going to happen for a while due to the after effects of the ice storm. So if you do have some damage reports that you want to bring along, you're welcome to do so. Give me just one moment. All right, we're back, friends. Sorry I have to step away from time to time because we have some different channels that we're monitoring here. Oh, I'm sorry. That's kind of what I'm talking about here is just one moment. And looks like our local fire departments are being paged out to a fire here in Perry County. So I'll keep an eye on there, on that particular situation. Lots going on. Busy night for you, busy night for me. Matt saying that the power is flickering over on Switzerland Road. Absolutely. Let's go over there real quick. I appreciate your patience, friends. I promise I'm not leaving you. I'm not over here scrolling Instagram. When I go silent like that for a minute, it's because I'm either getting new information from the National Weather Service, or we're monitoring some of our scanner channels and things like that to make sure that the information we're giving to you is accurate and verified as best we can get it, okay? Absolutely. So, and we also not only have some intense rain in that area when you're talking about over there on Switzerland Road, Matt, but we also still have the possibility of hail. And I will identify some of these roads a little bit later, but it looks like we may have a new warning coming in. And this is going to be a severe thunderstorm warning that is just, and it may be what was previously this, see this blue box right here? That was a special weather statement, but I have a feeling that is now about to become that new severe thunderstorm warning. So let's watch that because it'll update here on our screen in real time. Let me go ahead and make a radar full screen for you folks. Where is that screen? Hello. Well, maybe it's not available to me. I apologize. Oh, there it is. Okay. Let me just take that off and make this radar full screen while we're talking about this, because I'm feeling what we're about to see here is this new polygon be issued, but while it is updating on your screen, I have the info. So let's just talk to you about it here. This is a new severe thunderstorm warning for Lewis, northern Wayne, northern Lawrence, southern Murray, and northern Giles County until 2:30 a.m. At 1:30, a severe thunderstorm was located 7 miles south of Hohenwald, moving east at 55 miles per hour. You could get a 60-mile-per-hour wind gust with this, as well as damage to roofs, siding, and trees. So let's talk about some of the areas that are included in this, and that's going to be Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, Hohenwald, Waynesboro. You're all part of this. So I have a feeling that, yeah, it's going to be this, what we're seeing here in the blue is going to update here momentarily. And it's going to be this area. This includes Interstate 65 between mile markers 37 and 39. So this is going to be, did I read that right? I-65, yeah. So when this new warning is visible on your screen, and it will be shortly, it's going to be a rather large polygon through there. Let's kind of back things up. Downtown Linden, you're about to get a little bit more storm activity, but you are not under any warnings at this time. But now look at what's kind of moving through here in the Huntington, Lexington area. We're really going to continue to track that to see if that gains any more intensity tonight, which it very well could. And as we see this latest frame, there it is. There's the big severe thunderstorm warning that we were talking about just a second ago. And this is going to overlap. So some of the portions of Hohenwald that were included in the last severe thunderstorm warning are now included in this. Teresa says the power is flashing on Main Street near the high school in Hohenwald. I believe it. Be safe. Bad wind, John saying, John, where are you experiencing that wind? Let us know. Especially if you have anything like that, some very specific conditions, let me know and we'll relay it to the National Weather Service because it helps them tell the story. And let me tell you why that's important, is because they're located all the way in the radars, all the way up here. You can see these little beams. So that is the National Weather Service radar in Nashville, right near Old Hickory. So as the farther you move from it, the more that starts to bend with the curvature of the earth, and it looks high in the atmosphere. And so it helps to get ground confirmation of what's maybe happening out here in southwest Middle Tennessee in the Hohenwald area, because they could see this very high up, but they don't know how much of this is actually reaching the ground and what it's doing on the ground. So as we're showing you the bird's eye view through radar and through cameras, anything that you can let us know is helpful. Also monitoring the National Weather Service tonight. Let's see if we have any updates on this one here. All right, so their concern with this latest warning, especially in the Wayne and Lawrenceburg areas, is wind, not so much hail. It's still possible, but a lot of what they're watching in this area is going to be for wind. And we're getting some of those wind reports in from all of you here tonight as well. Looks like you have a power outage, Angel, on Woodmere Drive. Now, Angel, tell me, is that, what county are you in, Angel? And we'll relay some of that as well. I appreciate these reports, and I appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Burning not the midnight oil, it's the 1:30 oil at this point. We're staying awake. I do like what I'm seeing to our west. Not this storm, but as we go farther to our west, where there has been some development, what we'll do is look into Memphis radar shortly. Let's go ahead and pull up KQNA. Yeah, see, we still have these storms developing through here. Look at that. They just continue to build and build and build, and they're not giving up, are they? Doesn't mean that the severity is always going to be there, but it just means that the storm activity may persist all the way with us until 5 o'clock like they were talking about. All right. Looks like we have a new severe thunderstorm warning as well, and I think that's, is it going to be this one? No, that one's the one that's expiring here. We have a full hour, by the way. When we talk about these storms moving at just 30 and 45 miles per hour, that's just not a lot of fast movement. So these things are going to linger here with you for a while, create some noise, bring you some rain, bring you a lot of dangerous lightning. Okay. Angel, your downtown home ball by the... Okay, I got you, Angel. Thank you. I appreciate that. We'll relay that. And I'm relaying that right now. So we have this storm system all through parts of Lewis County, Mount Pleasant, stretching up to Columbia, dueling severe thunderstorm warnings that are going to be with this larger area that we see going all the way to Culleoka almost from Clifton. That's going to be with you for an entire hour. We're about to say goodbye to this area of the thunderstorm warning that is covering portions of Gordonsburg and Hampshire, but you still have the rain, you still have the storm activity and very frequent lightning. Do I have I believe that I have the lightning on. Maybe not. That's not what I wanted to do. Hang on, friends. I think I'm seeing the bolts every now and then, but I just want to make sure that we're getting those on here. You're seeing how the sausage is made here. Sorry about that. Okay. These little dots that appear, that's what we're tracking, are little lightning strikes as they are registered on the radar. And I think honestly a lot of this lightning is happening so fast it may take it a second to register. If you're just joining us right now, my name is Will Nunley. This is Severe View weather coverage from your local radio stations. Produced out of Perry County. We have our partners at the Lewis County Herald, Tennessee River Valley News, as well as all of our social media accounts here with your locally owned radio stations as we bring you this live weather coverage tonight to keep you informed. We are WeatherWise partners, and we're using WeatherWise radar that you can download at home, and I can view our live webcams, or weather cams rather, when they haven't been blown up by a lightning strike, which I think has happened a little bit tonight on a couple of our towers. That's okay. That's the cost of doing business, right? I think our Linden camera, I want to bring this back in because we're going to start to see even more of our lightning here. Yeah, let's go ahead and bring that Linden camera back in, because if you look here on radar, we are sitting on top of a little bit more storm activity once again near downtown Linden with some hail possible, all right? So that's what we're going to have on sharing the screen with you just a little bit. There is a frog outside the studio, and I can hear it. So if you hear something that sounds like snoring in the background, that would be a toad frog enjoying the wet weather outside. All right, we do have this particular severe thunderstorm warning here that is encompassing parts of Lexington and Henderson County, and I want to say that one, before I got sidetracked, All right, looks like we're about to get a tornado warning here, folks. And this is going to include a little bit and this may be a result, and this is why when you guys relay information to us and we send it on to the National Weather Service, it's very important. All right, so this is going to be for southeastern, Lewis County, Lawrence, Murray, and Giles County. And we'll see that appear here shortly. It's going to be a new tornado warning. And let's see if it does it with this last scan. Yep. Okay. So this is our latest tornado warning. And let me get you some of the information on it. This is going to be in effect until 2:30 a.m. 2:30 a.m. for this particular tornado warning for southeastern Lewis, Lawrence, Murray, and Giles County. And you can see it here. And what they're worried about is going to be all of this activity here near the farm area, right over Summertown, right over Highway 20, moving towards Highway 43. You can see the directional arrows of what they are concerned about with the movement of the center of this particular tornado warning. This is going to be in effect for 44 more minutes. That's because this is not moving very fast. But here is what the National Weather Service is kind of targeting right now. At 1:42, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Summertown, 13 miles north of Lawrenceburg, moving east at 45 miles an hour. This is radar indicated rotation. This tornadic thunderstorm will remain over mainly rural areas of southeastern Lewis and Lawrence counties, but it does include Interstate 65. You can see portions of Interstate 65 just up here are going to be part of this, even though the heart of the storm that they're tracking right now has not reached that area. We'll give this a little bit of motion so you can see how this is come together and where it is headed. And you can see some of the directional arrows as you look towards Summertown. And that is the movement, the kind of the due east, almost southeast movement of this particular storm. This is a new tornado warning for southeastern Lewis, northeastern Lawrence, Murray, and Giles County. Need to make sure that you guys are in your safe shelter at this time. You're away from windows, that you're on the lowest floor of your home. And if you are in Lewis County and watching us in Murray and Lawrence, make sure you're sharing this stream out so that way we can reach as many people as possible and let them know again about this new tornado warning here. And I'm going to continue to gather some information, so bear with me just a second. What you're hearing me type here, folks, is some updated graphics information. It looks like Humphreys County is about to get a new severe thunderstorm warning as well. Okay, so that's what we have on the screen. By the way, the camera that you see on your screen is still of Perry County. And I'm probably going to go ahead and take that off because I don't want that to be confusing of what we're showing you in relation to the warning that is live right now. Because even though that camera has been very interesting to look at, I don't want to have too much information on the screen and kind of confuse you there, okay? So we do also have a new severe thunderstorm warning, and I'm going to read that to you, and we're going to keep the image of this new warning on the screen, just so that way anybody who's joining us here, and this is why when we're tracking things like power outages, and I think you may have heard me talking just a moment ago that they are responding to a fire call, and what you see there in the there's a report of a structure fire possible on Highway 412 west here in Perry County. And so you're seeing that in the distance there of one of those fire trucks that's starting to respond to that call. All right, we're continuing our live coverage this morning. Of this new tornado warning issued just a few moments ago that does involve portions of Lewis County, Lawrence, Murray, and Giles County. This is stretching from just south of Mount Pleasant on down through Summertown and near I-65 is where this one's going to be moving. This tornado warning is tucked inside a larger severe thunderstorm warning. And now we have kind of two areas that we are watching. Not only what's happening in Lewis County with our tornado warning you can see on screen, but also this line stretching here through Camden, Wildersville, just north of Lexington and Henderson, excuse me. This one's going to expire in 23 minutes. Again, not moving very fast. There are gusts up to 60 miles per hour for this particular storm, but in general, the movement of it is just not very fast. But some of the areas like Perry County, be alert because you could very well have yet another severe thunderstorm warning issued as this holds together and continues its movement. Decatur County, you are included. And as you can see there with kind of this yellow color that we have ahead of this storm, that is outlining the entire new warning, severe thunderstorm warning that stretches from Sardis up through Camden, okay? So we'll get back to that in just a few moments. I want to bring you back inside this new tornado warning stretching from just below Mount Pleasant, from the farm all through Summertown and moving into Culleoka, Waco, places like that. And this is the area. 38 minutes left on this one, so we're going to be with it for just a minute. This one expiring in 38 minutes for this new tornado warning until 2:30 a.m. Let me get some refreshed information here from the National Weather Service. Give me just one moment. All right, so we are watching this particular storm move east, almost due east with this new tornado warning right now. And it does include portions of Lewis County. At 1:42, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Summertown, 13 miles north of Lawrenceburg, moving east at 45 miles an hour. This is radar indicated rotation. There has been no ground confirmation of any type of damage yet, and hopefully there won't be. But because there is enough rotation with this storm, that is what they are concerned about and going ahead and issuing that. And so here's what they're looking at. This area that's just passed over Summertown, that's going to be their focus right now. And so you can see there where the greens and the reds are opposite each other, that is the possibility of rotation. This is the velocity product. Let me move this off the screen. So this is what has just moved through the Summertown location. You can see the direction of this, and let's bring you in closer. So this is going to be along Elk Ridge Road. You definitely, absolutely need to be in your safe shelter. If you're anywhere included in this, let's back it out just a little bit, but I want to give you State Route Highway 166. Need you to be, if you're in Big Creek, all of these areas need to go ahead and make sure that they are in their safe shelter at this time. That's where our radar product is showing that there could be some rotation, and that is what has prompted, and you can see it's right in the middle of this new tornado warning effective until 2:30 for Lewis, Lawrence, Murray, and Giles County. Vanetta wants to know if we're expecting more tornado activity in Linden. Boy, I hope not. But I can't rule it out right now, and here's why. Because as we go over here to our west, we still have another line of storms. However, they have not produced a tornado warning in quite a while. So even though there are some severe conditions, but there's just a lot of energy out here, folks. Even though it's the middle of the night, the conditions have been very favorable for this type of storm development. And so that has been what's led to this. Hopefully, once what is in Camden now passes through most of where we are in southern Middle Tennessee and beyond, you could see how much things calm down back towards Dyersburg and over towards the river. Let's hope that this one is removing enough of the energy to where we can at least say goodbye to some of these tornado warnings. But hang on with me for a little bit longer. We're going to be in this for at least another hour, hour and a half, with the possibility of some of this movement towards, let's say, Decatur County, Perry County, Wayne, the northern Wayne County, Humphreys, all of this. New Johnsonville and Benton County is getting in on this now too. New Johnsonville, you are not in any type of warning at this moment, I don't believe. This is our area right now where we are focused in, because not only do we have a severe thunderstorm stretching all the way from Hohenwald down through Etheridge at this point, but we also now have this outline of this tornado warning right here through the heart of Summertown, moving towards Waco, moving towards Hopewell, Culleoka. All of those areas need to be in their safe zones at this time, in your shelters. If you're in these areas, your reports help. If you are in one of the tornado warned areas, if there's anything that you hear, that you observe safely and can relay that to us safely, but our priority is making sure that you are safe yourself, that you're on the lowest floor of your home, that you're away from doors and windows, and that you're protecting yourself and your family from the possibility of flying debris outside if these wind gusts do hold up and if there is rotation. Also want to show you this view as we've been watching more lightning to our west. It is a calm scene right now from this Skycam view in downtown Linden, but we are looking towards the Tennessee River with this view, and in the distance on the horizon, yeah, there you go. You can see those flashes as more of this storm system starts to develop to our west. Not only develop, but just move through, because it has been moving through here. All right, just had a question about Fayetteville. Does Fayetteville need to take shelter? Let me bring you in here to that area. You're not in Fayetteville. You're not in any warnings at this time. No, you're okay for now. Appreciate you joining us tonight. By the way, in Fayetteville, that's a way out there for us. You see how this is almost a due east movement with this storm as we put this into motion. So you can see the movement of this. So if you're in downtown Fayetteville at this time, no, there is no need to take shelter. You're not under any watches or warnings at this moment. That could change. Storms change direction. That's why we're here. With this latest scan, we also got a little bit of this tornado warning trimmed back just a little bit. So it has now moved on through the Summertown area. So Summertown, you're technically no longer in this tornado warning. This is still radar indicated rotation, but you want to take cover now. Move to a basement or lower interior room, the lowest floor of your sturdy building. Avoid windows. And if you're outdoors or in a mobile home or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter to protect yourself from flying debris. That's for this tornado warning that we have here in portions of Lewis, Lawrence, Murray, and Giles County. In Lewis County, you're about to get clipped out of this almost completely. We are getting some reports from the emergency managers in Lawrence County that we do have some trees down in the Summertown area along Highway 20. And looks like a tree is blocking the road on Buffalo Road in northern Lawrence County. We're also going to keep an eye on what's happening here for our friends over in Lexington, Parsons. I'm not forgetting about you. We just wanted to center our attention for a moment over there where we have that tornado warning. But I'm going to freeze frame here on the Highway 412 area near Lexington and Parsons and show you what's happening over there. Really from I-40 all through the state forest, through Lexington and Middle Fork, we have a significant storm that has prompted a severe thunderstorm warning. This one's not moving very fast. Let's see if they have a new. It's going to expire in 13 minutes, but that's probably going to get redrawn and reissued, if I had to guess. That will come from the National Weather Service in Memphis, so I'll check in with them here shortly. Let's see. Moving east at 50 miles per hour, so it has a little bit of speed to it, not a lot. I would actually like to see these moving a little bit faster, so that way we could get some of these concerns out of here. And it looks like we may have a new severe thunderstorm warning either coming down or just issued. Let me look at this one. Yeah, all right. So I'm going to pull this one up here. This is a new severe thunderstorm warning. It does include portions of Dixon, Houston, Perry, Humphreys, and Hickman County until 2:45. At 1:48, a severe thunderstorm is located along a line extending from 7 miles southwest of Tennessee Ridge to 6 miles south of Brewston, moving east at 40 miles per hour. So that's the new severe thunderstorm warning you can see there on your screen. Let's kind of make it front and center so you can see what we're talking about. Right through the heart of downtown Louisville to points north up through Waverly just south of Erin is where we're talking about for this particular storm. So Katie, you were just saying Waverly, you just asked that question in chat. Yes, you are now under a severe thunderstorm warning. Lots of lightning and the possibility of hail with this. Fortunately, though, they're not looking at any rotation. Let me look at our velocity, and yeah, we're not seeing anything there of concern. And luckily, as this area here continues to move through, it gets trimmed back just a little bit, so that's a little bit of positive news. And possibly that can get trimmed back there. Kimberly is saying, you're in Etheridge. Should you take cover or is it past us? Boy, it's a close call. If you are in the middle of downtown Etheridge, if you will, you're going to have some rain and storm activity, but you are technically not included in the current tornado warning. But I want you to look over here. Look to your west. So Kimberly, is that your name? Is that who I was talking to? Yeah. So Kimberly, if you're here in Etheridge, look what's happening over here near Turkey Track and coming up Highway 64. So you're still going to get clipped by the remnants, the tail end of this severe thunderstorm that is warned. You are in the severe thunderstorm warning area, but you are not in the tornado warning. But even with these severe storms, there's not a lot, folks. The only difference is that you're talking about the rotation of a storm when we're having these severe thunderstorm warnings piled on top of a tornado warning or vice versa. But look how much power is still with these storms. You still have lots and lots of frequent lightning. As a matter of fact, if we pull up our Linden cam here and we start looking over to our west where we have other severe thunderstorm warnings that are in place, we still get these pops of lightning in the distance. They are very frequent. Lightning has been a big part of this storm tonight. So I don't want to give you a false sense of security and say, just because you're not in this perfect polygon here that
that you're not going to experience a significant storm. So until this has a chance to pass, if you're here in the Lawrence County area, what I would do is just pay attention until this has a chance to pass, at least until that tornado warning expires here in about 30 minutes, less than 30 minutes, if you can hang on for that. But at this time, there is no need for you to necessarily be in a shelter if you're there in the Etheridge area. Hopefully that answered your question, Kimberly. Thank you. Appreciate you streaming along with us tonight. Joseph's saying you're taking shelter, and that's good. I'm glad that all of you are playing this safe and doing the best that you can. My name is Will Nunley. I'm keeping my face off the screen because I have microphones dangling off of me, and I look like somebody that is awake at 2:04 in the morning, looks like, so I'm going to spare you, okay? And not put myself on camera. I'm not the story. Let's bring back radar, because that's what we want to keep our eyes on, in addition to these cool cameras in the background, and we can see the lightning, but what I want to do is make sure that we're relaying this information to you. And we can see this track very clearly. And let's see if we can pull up velocity one more time to see if there's any. Yeah. All right, so this is going to be the Waco area. This could be Highway 31. The reds and the greens where they meet could indicate possible rotation. That's what you're seeing on your screen. And so if you're along Highway 31, you need to be in your safe shelter. If you're on Highway 43 just outside of Summertown, things are improving for you. But Colioca, all through Waco, and moving towards Interstate 65, make sure that you are still in your safe shelter with this. We'll expand our view and back out here. We have 5 active severe thunderstorm warnings in our region and 1 active tornado warning, and that's how things are shaping up at this hour. I'm going to pull up an additional product here and see if I can show you something here, folks. Making a few changes here, friends. Just hang with me. I'm still here with you. All right. Welcome in, those of you who are just joining us. It's 2:07 in the morning. My name is Will Nunley. This is live severe weather coverage from Severe View. That's what we call ourselves, Severe View. We're on Facebook as well. We are also in partnership with your local radio stations like 101.3 WOPC, 96.7 WNKX. We have digital partners with the Lewis County Herald and Tennessee River Valley News as we stream this coverage tonight to you to bring you live local coverage and cameras and storm reports from your backyard. Walker is saying, what is Clifton looking like? All right, let's take you over there to Clifton, because I think you're still going to probably have a little bit of noise tonight, Walter. I think right now you're not under any warnings, but you can see how close you are. Let's bring you into Clifton here. You see how close you are to that little bit of that warning just north of Bath Springs there. And if everything continues a due east track, then Clifton may calm down for the night. and you may be okay for a while. But the good news is, and we'll just kind of give you the short answer, you're not in any warnings at this time in Clifton. We're condensing with every sweep our tornado warning. It's going to be expiring in about 20 minutes, maybe even before, if they no longer see rotation. And by they, I mean the National Weather Service office in Nashville, which is where we get some of this warning information for most of our coverage area. I'm hearing some chatter from the National Weather Service office in Memphis that they may be starting to clear some counties. Let's pull that up because it's going to be some interesting information. So they may be starting, it hasn't really started in Tennessee yet, it doesn't look like, but they're going to start giving some all clear to some counties. Even though there may be shower activity, it's not severe. So let's keep that trend going, huh? Let's hope that with what we're experiencing in the Lexington, now Parsons, and Parsons, we're going to be coming to you again shortly. We have some rain as we cut back to our Linden camera here. It's going to be on top of some rain and lightning as well. And I want to visit here real quick with Parsons because you have plenty of hail possibilities on your doorstep. This is going to be all through the Darden area near the airport, Five Forks, Beacon, Parsons, all along 641. Get ready for this impact because you could have some hail still present with this, and you are under a severe thunderstorm warning in the Parsons area for at least the next 3 minutes, and that's probably going to get extended if that continues to look like it does. We'll see how that gets issued here in just a moment. As you can see, a new severe thunderstorm warning. This is not unexpected. Coming for the Lewisburg, Shelbyville, Bedford County area, all along Highway 31A, 41A, I-65 included in this one. And because what they're trying to get ahead of here is the area that has been under a tornado warning and is still going to be under a tornado warning for another 17 minutes. So this is going to now take a severe thunderstorm warning into places like Shelbyville, Petersburg, Cornersville, on down just north of Pulaski. Meanwhile, we want to tell you about this other severe thunderstorm warning that also expires in 17 minutes. It's beginning to calm down a little bit in the immediate area of downtown Hohenwald. We're happy to hear that because you guys have gone through it tonight. But look at this blob over here near Linden. And we can show you what's happening inside that storm in real time with this camera right here. And if you look at its track, it may hold itself together and bother you once again. But it is not a warned. There's no warning attached to it at this time. We're also going to see what happens over here near the river as well. If you are watching on Facebook, maybe you're watching on social media, I do believe that our stream is up right now on Severe View, our Severe View weather channel, which is free inside your Access Tennessee Roku app. So if you have a Roku TV, go to the App Store, download something called Access Tennessee. You may have to spell it all out. But Access Tennessee, and then you'll see a Severe View weather icon. And that way you can actually put this on the TV and keep your phone free for additional information for you to tweet. Had a question just a second ago. Are we clear on Lick Creek? No. Not only do we still have some storm activity for our friends here in Linden, as you come out here where we are, just look to our west. Here's why I said no. Because Perry County is about to get another round. It's coming. It's making its way through Parsons at this time. We've just had a new severe thunderstorm warning issued that includes northern parts of Perry County. So right now, there is no warning in effect for Linden. There is a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Lobelville and areas north, moving up towards I-40 and up through Hurricane Mills. So let's bring radar back on the screen and show you with that one, because we still have 30 minutes left of this particular warning. And I know we have so many warnings and so much information on the screen, it may be difficult to kind of decipher where some of these lines are, especially if you're watching us on a small screen. So what we'll do is just kind of say from Lobelville, where you can see this line right here. This is a big polygon that encompasses all of this storm activity. It's going to be moving towards Hickman County, into Nunley, into Bon Aqua, and it's going to be still in effect for at least the next 30 minutes. And in good news, I think that we're slowly starting to get our Centerville camera back, which would be great information. So I'm going to try to see if we can bring some of our cameras back online, friends, because that would sure help. I just got a notification that our Centerville camera may be coming back online. So that's what I'm clicking around over here, folks, trying to find for you, because that will also help us tell the story of what's happening now. Downtown Linden, well, you're getting it once again. Yeah, lots of rain, wind picking up once again in downtown Linden. Let's still bring you here, though, friends, because I know that you're wanting to know what is going on with this tornado warning, where is it heading, and what are conditions right now. And you can see that it has been trimmed way back. This is still tracking off of Highway 31, moving towards I-65. Getting some reports of power outages there in Lawrence County. So it looks like this tornado warning, and I'm going to run this through because it may have actually been dropped. Let me see if it has been. Yes. Okay. That's what I want to do, that refresh there for you, friends. So that's some good news. Okay, so no, we're going to go ahead and remove that banner from the screen because we have no active tornado warnings right now in our immediate coverage area. All right, so let's give you a reset here, friends. I'm going to look at Teresa's saying, I'm tired. I'm in Lobelville and I'm tired of this. I absolutely understand, Barbara. We're happy to be here along with you. Thank you for streaming and trusting us. Again, my name is Will Nunley. This is Severe View weather coverage from your live local radio stations. As you support and listen to your local radio stations, you're helping to fuel what we do, and that includes 96.7 WNKX in Centerville, as well as 101.3 WOPC and sunny 106.5 in Decatur County. That's all part of our family. I'm sitting here in those studios right now, just to give you a little bit of background on where we are. How bad is the storm in Parsons? Jonathan wants to know. Well, I tell you what, it's pretty rough. And when we look at kind of what's here in our immediate area, Parsons is what stands out to me right now as the next trouble spot, because look at that hail that is possible. This is stretching all the way from Bible Hill down through Decaturville. And that's where I'm really trying to bring that Parsons camera back online. We have a camera there on our Bass Springs Tower. I'm just unfortunately not able to access it. Here is some of the rain moving through, another additional shot of downtown Linden and Perry County. But unfortunately, I don't have that, and I don't have my Savannah cam showing up for me right now either, which is frustrating, and I'm sorry about that, friends. I believe that our Bath Springs camera is still up. Yep, it's still showing me offline. Can you hear the frog? I tell you what, I've got a toad frog in here just wanting to be a guest star tonight. All right, so we do have a couple of active severe thunderstorm warnings. What I'm amazed to see, and I guess glad to see, Because right now, at least, it doesn't look like that Parsons storm is warned. Because if we go to our latest scan here, it does not have a warning attached. All right, so that's good news. So that means our 2 active severe thunderstorm warnings. Let's talk about this one here in the Waverly area. It expires in 25 minutes. And that's going to be along I-40, just south of Waverly up through Bucksnort, north of Lobelville, all along I-40. So this is still technically in a warned area. I have a feeling it's for not what's right there. I have a feeling that the warning was for what's right, where you see this leading edge that has the potential to have some really strong wind gusts and hail associated with it. But I'm not going to be surprised, folks, if we don't get a warning as this thing starts to move out of Parsons. But we'll let the pros make that call. Right now. We're going to back it out, not trying to make you nauseous. We're just moving around to a lot of local areas and making sure that we are getting in as many different points as you're asking questions tonight. We're going to try to visit as many places as we can. Summertown, the last of the rain, about to, at least with this system that this cell little cluster that we've been dealing with for a while, is about to move out through there. Yeah, Ann is asking about Decaturville. You're going to have some of that hail possible. You're not under a warning, though, right now, Ann. Erica, no, we do not have any, and Erica, you're asking a good question. She's wanting to know about, is there any reports of damage or any touchdowns or things like that? And the answer is no. We do have some sporadic reports of trees down and power outages, because remember, anything that was affected by the ice storm, we have lots and lots of weak trees out there. But have we had any confirmations of tornadic type damage or activity? No, not anywhere, and that's good news. A lot of these tornadoes, we can tell. The National Weather Service lets us know a couple of different things. They will say, okay, we think that there's some rotation, so we're going to issue you a tornado warning because we believe we see that rotation Doppler radar indicated. The next step in that is if they start to get ground confirmation, and they have ways to escalate and communicate that to us. That has not happened. That's good news. So even though tonight has been noisy and it has been electric with all of this lightning that we've had on display, the good news is we do not have any substantial, at this point, reports of damage. So very good news there. What I would like to see are some of these areas beginning to get trimmed back off of, and I wonder if I can